wanted a lot of respect and got a lot of respect from a lot of people, and woe is me, and I won my first Super Bowl in my hometown, blah, who cares? Jerome Bettis is not an honest guy. He's not a good dude, just like I said. I don't like the guy. And he just proves himself right with that. And then he also talked about how Bill Cowher was an interesting guy for not going with Cordell Stewart back in the day, and he thinks that maybe that was not the most fair thing in the world. He doesn't. I don't know if he really says why. I'm not going to say it's a race thing or just he didn't like him personally.
Stewart started
or whatever,
that Super Bowl that they lost.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe they should have won with Cordell Stewart a little bit more.
That's what he was saying. I think he was trying to make.
That's pretty interesting.
And I'm going to go out and say that there's far worse things than faking an injury in the NFL that go on even today. I mean, I'm not talking about any of the recent stuff, but on a consistent basis, there are far worse things that guys do in the NFL than fake injuries, especially to keep their job. That's their livelihood. Especially as you get to be a veteran, you gotta be wily like a coyote. To
All right. Well, Jerome Bettis is supposed to be somebody who's looked at in the Pittsburgh community as a good dude, a solid member of the community, and to be lying like that to save your job. I don't know if I'm okay with that. I don't know if I want my kids to have their Bettis jersey on, knowing this guy went into camp with an injury. And I mean, he could have done more damage. First of all, going into camp at all, but then to go ahead and lie to the entire staff to say that he hurt his knee in camp when it wasn't healed up from the surgery he'd had over the summer. That, to me, is pretty dishonest. It's no MV. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. That's where I stand on it. Not a big bus fan.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I never took the bus. Thank God.
What do you think? Good, bad, indifferent?
Well,
you usually never wait to break in. What's the problem?
Well, I don't know. I just couldn't get a word in or something. But anyway, I think all I was going to say was that I thought it was pretty interesting that a team can be kind of good and make it to a Super Bowl and at Super Bowl 30, and then with the same head coach, a couple of the same players, make it to a Super Bowl and win it 10 years later. I think that's that shows longevity for a team. I mean, the Steelers, they were good for 10 years. It's a long time to be good. I mean, you make it to a Super Bowl, and 10 years later, you make it back. And Bettis was part of those. That's why I thought it was kind of interesting.
Okay, I didn't think the Steelers were always good, but that's
They
different.
were good.
Where were they last? Where were they last year?
Well, not last year.
They weren't good last year. No. It was interesting because they were the defending Super Bowl champions, I think.
I was talking about from 30 to 40. I wasn't talking about last year.
Didn't think they were that good. Every team in the NFL's got a guy that's been on their team for 10, 15 years.
I don't know though. But you hate on Bill Cowher and you hate on
Bill Cowher's an awful football coach.
Wait a minute. We talk about
if that guy ever makes the Hall of Fame, it'll be a crime.
We like to talk about how I hate a lot of teams.
Yeah, you've got some hatred for
a lot
the
of teams.
Steelers.
I do hate a lot of teams, but I give them their credit when it is due.
Well,
that Steelers team that won the Super Bowl was not good.
But I'm just saying, I think it's kind of interesting that a team for 10 years. I mean, to go to a Super Bowl, 10 years.
Everybody's got a guy on their team.
One of the same guys.
Yeah, it's an interesting factoid, but John Elway did it. Well, there's a lot of other people that have done it.
Whatever.
I'm just saying. Well, it's not like he stands alone as the only guy who's ever completed that.
I know, but I just same head coach, same running back.
Well, because Bill Cowher is an awful dude. If he was a better coach, he probably would have cut him. Before he,
they even went, they went to AFC Championship games in there and stuff. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
luck's a factor.
Does anybody care if they ever see MV again? I know I don't.
Oh, this is a good poll. I don't.
No. I'd like to see him play again.
He won't.
I think
he shouldn't.
I think he'll play again.
He should never.
I'm saying
do that.
No. Do you ever want to see him?
No.
I don't.
We were talking about it earlier today, and one of the things that we thought was one of the best positions now for Mike Vick's going to have to be third shift where people can't see him.
Yes.
Because if they do get a hold of him, especially people who love dogs or anything like that, they are going to crucify this
Where
guy.
can that guy work? Honestly, where can that guy work? What if that guy landed on your team? Yeah. I know you love everybody that comes on your team, and I tend to do that same thing, except for J.J. Redick, who's with the Orlando Magic. He's still
I usually
awesome.
like guys that end up on my team, yeah.
But if he landed on one of my teams,
I don't think he's going to my team, though.
Okay, but what if he did? What if all of a sudden, in a year from now, the Niners, Alex Smith doesn't work out, he tears an ACL, something like that?
Stop it. Don't even say horrible things like that. That's not even funny. That ain't even funny, all right? That's not even remotely
please don't
funny.
Use ain't on the
I can't
show.
believe you just said
Considered
that.
a bad word.
That's not even, wow.
Okay, look, let's just say something like that happened.
No, it's not going to, so let's not say that something like that happens. I don't even want to hear, I don't even want to do the theory.
2 toys for the dog.
Yes. But I couldn't imagine ever rooting for this guy myself. No. I wouldn't want my kids to.
I don't think he's
I wouldn't
ended up
want
on my
anyone
team.
I know to have to root for this guy in any way, shape, or form. He's going to have to do incredible things if he ever wants to play in the NFL again.
I think he
incredible
will.
things.
I
can't think
he
of
may
anything.
come back. He might not be a quarterback because I mean you got to be pretty smart to be a quarterback, but he might play as like a kick returner or like a wide receiver or something.
So here's the thing. I didn't want to talk about Mike Vick much on the show today, and I called him. I said it. I was going to go with MV, but here's the deal. I'm mad now. This guy killed animals.
Yeah, I
now, even if you're
understand
going to go ahead and be one of those people that says, okay, well, it's a dog, it's not a human being. All right, whatever. I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
Okay, all right, and I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying if you're one of those people out there that says, well, it's a dog, it's not a human being. Okay, well, let's go ahead and say maybe, 3 dogs maybe equals a human life to you? Well, you don't just kill people. You don't just kill animals and then just go ahead and come back to do things like the NFL or sports. You just don't do that kind of thing. There's been a lot of other guys that have gotten in trouble for various things, but nothing this serious as killing animals, and especially in the way it has been done. And he has admitted this guilt. It is not speculation. He has admitted it. So that you just can't have this guy playing or in the public eye anymore. He is an infamous guy from now on. He should only be noted because he was somebody. He will never be anybody
Not
important
only did
again.
he do it, he set up the funding that wouldn't have even been going on if it wasn't for him.
And not only we're not talking about like a misdemeanor charge of like drunk driving or something like that. This guy's being prosecuted on federal charges by the United States government. It's not like Atlanta's coming after him or the city or the state of Georgia. It's the
Virginia,
United
actually,
States. But it's the United States government that investigated this and is going through and prosecuting him. So a guy that's a felon like that, no. It's a privilege to play in the United States on the biggest stage in the world and compete in Major League Baseball, the NHL, NFL. It's a privilege to do that. And when you throw it away, knowingly throwing it away, that's it. Like Ricky Williams, you don't get third, fourth chances. You get your chance. You get a chance to prove yourself. And he's had plenty of opportunities, and
even Ricky Williams.
He gambled.
This was Ricky Williams and drugs and this, that, and the other thing. A lot of people get caught up in that stuff, but he's doing a lot of harm to himself and family members. But it's a different thing. It's a completely different thing. And he had enough chances, and he blew all those.